My name is Monty Tisland. Today we're going to be talking about the customization form wizards and what each one does for a form customization. So we're going to start with a sales order entry form here. We are going to go into customization mode. While that's loading, there are 5 different types of form wizards. There's the rule wizard, the image column wizard, the form event wizard, the sheet wizard, and the event wizard. So before we get started here, let's take a look at the script editor. Now this is the code that is actually behind the form that you don't see unless you go looking for it. As you can see, there isn't hardly anything in here. It's very basic since this is the base form. There are some key items in here that we need to be aware of that we're doing this. All of these ones that say wizard, insert location, do not remove, begin wizard, end wizard, here's one down in the form visualization, and the destroy code section here. One key thing to remember is do not delete them. I have done it. The wizards don't work then, so just avoid the whole hassle and just keep them there. Put the stuff where you belong, and nothing will happen to, or nothing will go wrong that you don't need to worry about. So now, let's start with the rule wizard. What is the rule wizard? The rule wizard is to set up rule rows for data views. If I minimize this, what's a data view? This bottom section right here is actually a data view. Well, there's actually 3 of them here. But what we're going to do is, let's go back into it, is we're going to create a row rule based off of some conditions here. So let's create the row rule. So we push the new row rule button, and we're going to call this excessive, if I can type today, discount. And it has to be attached to a view. So we're going to grab the order detail. That's the one that's down there. This one goes to the order detail. We're going to select field, discount percent. And what we're going to do is we're going to do anything with a discount percent greater than 5. Now at this point in time, nothing's happened. In order to accept this rule condition, we need to push the arrow so that it shows up over here. And that's also important for creating the rule action, which is actually going to change color. That's just setting up the condition, so now we have to set up a rule action. So we hit the new rule action. It's based off of the order detail. So now we come down here, and what do we want to do? This is what do we really want to do. So we come down here to, where is my part number? Oops, too far. Part num. We're going to make it an error. And now what that's going to do is that's actually going to make the field red. We're going to put one down here. We're going to put one down here on, let's say, line description. If I can find the L's, line description, I'm going to highlight that. What that's going to do is that's going to change the field to blue. Why blue? I don't know. There's another one there. Let's see if we can find a third one to add. Let's do it on, what would be a good one? How about discount percent? And what's a good one here? Warning. Now the warning, I believe, should change it to yellow. So now, at this point in time, we have the rule that says, hey, if it's greater than 5, do this. Here are the actions. We're going to change one to red, one to yellow, and hopefully one to blue. Or one to red, one to blue, and hopefully one to yellow. So now I have press the update code. Without pressing that, nothing ever happens. So now, once it gets done doing its thing here, we're going to hit the script editor. And as we look through the script editor here, we see we've added something here now. What we added here was, here's the initialize. It's going to create the code that says, hey, I need to go look here. And then it says, here's the code that will actually insert it. Does it on the fly. Okay, so let's test the code. Let's make sure it compiles. We're going to hit save, and let's save it. So now, what I'm going to do is let's go back over here. Let's open order entry by pressing the left shift button, holding it and hitting that button. And then we're going to open it while the other one's open so that we don't have to go in and out all the time. So now, let's do this. Let's create a new one. New order. Let's pick on Dalton. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a new line here. So let's create a line. Let's add a new line. And then let us test this little guy. What's the path? There is part number DSS-1010. Put a quantity of 3 in there, and let's put a discount of 5. At this point in time, nothing changes, everything's still good. We go back to lines, let's change this to 6. All of a sudden now, okay, look at that, discounts highlighted yellow, good, part is red, which we said description, the line description is blue. If we go back to summary, we have the same issue over here. Let's see if we actually have the discount percentage in here, and we apparently do not. So, but we still identified those, so that's the way that it shows up on there. So everything's apparently functioning the way we want it to, which is a good thing. Alright, so now let's close this one. We're not doing anything with it. Let's go back to our, whoops, missed it, customization. Alright, so now we have our customization done. So now what we need to do is we need to identify the next one here. The next one in the list of the wizards is the image column wizard. Now, while you would think it would be entered here, there is a way to do this. I've never done it this way, so we're going to go the way that I've always done it, and the way we're trained, is to do it through the rule wizard. On the rule wizard here now, there is a second button here, image column rule wizard. Nice. So now, let's go down here, we'll grab the wizard. We're going to say we need to find the order detail again. Whoop, not the quote detail, the order detail. Hit next. What are we going to call this? Let's call this MGT. What do we want? This, we're going to make this. Oops. We're going to call, since there's not a whole lot of room there, we're going to call this the warranty. And we tab position. This right here is the position in that data view. Now, this is position 1, which means it's going to be the far left one, which is what we want. That way it's easy to see. So we're going to hit next. The default image is going to be none, meaning that if it happens, in this case, if it happens to find a warranty, we're not going to do anything. If it doesn't, we're going to actually display something. So what do we want to call this? No warranty. Alright. And we have the data view. And what field do we want? Haha, now the big question. What do we tag it to? Warranty code. What we're going to do is we're going to look for a warranty code. If there is a warranty code, it doesn't do anything. So if the warranty code is actually, we're going to look for an empty warranty code, meaning it's null. So we hit next. What image do we want to display? These are just the options you have available. There's a few of them in here. I'm just looking for a checkbox, which is this open order checkbox. You can see it's got this little red thing in it. And then we're going to hit finish. Let it do its thing. We're going to the script editor now. And now there is a rule that says that. And if we look on the image, now we have the one we just put in there is going to be in there. So if we come over here, we hit test code just to make sure. The code compiled, we're going to hit save. Alright, come back out here, hold the shift key, click it, and we're going to double click that one. Okay, forms open. Now, we're going to do it again. We're going to create a new order, and yeah, we're going to go for Dalton again. And then we're going to hit a new line. So now what we've got, we have to add, I'm going to add 2 parts. I'm going to add the first part, which should have a warranty item in it. And then we're going to add save. And then we're going to add another line, which should not. DCD 200-ML. Did I type that right? I did. Good. Alright. Now we're going to give it, well, I'll give that one item 4 too. We're going to hit save. Okay, nothing's different so far. If we go back to the summary line, see down at the bottom, now there is a column called warranty. And look, the one that has a warranty is blank. The one that does not means, hey, it's a checkbox. Now we can do that the other way too, where we can say, hey, if it has a warranty, do this. If it doesn't, then don't do anything. That way it's another way. It's just another way to show it. So, but this way, this identifies the exception, not the rule. And that again is the purpose of the image column wizard. It's just to help you put this stuff on here. What are the uses for us aside from this? You know, you can put if a discount is greater than 5, you can put another one that says here, this discount's too high. The options are more than available. So, nope. Oops, hit the wrong one. Nope. So now we go back to maybe the customization. Okay, so we've got that one done. Make sure I'm moving along the right direction. Haha. So now, what's the next one we want to talk about? Let's talk about the form event wizard. This wizard simply inserts code into the script editor based off of events that happen to the form itself, not any of the controls on it, but the form event, or the form itself. So now, here is the list of items that are useful on here. Ones that I have used are on load, so that you can initialize values. You can have it open up something the way you want it with a value in it, or a default value, something in there. I have used before and after field change. So let's again grab that one. If, where the heck is it? Yeah, we'll just grab the discount percent point, put that in there. And let's go another one. Another one I've used is before adapter or after adapter. And we're going to grab the adapter and grab that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to update all those events. We're going to throw the script. This right here will throw the script onto the script editor. If I don't push this button or the other one over here, the update selected event, it will not put the script or the code over there. So we'll go to the script editor as soon as it's done. Now if we look through the code, if we go all the way to the top here, now you see that we have added, here are the initialize and the destroy events that will actually allow those new events to run. And there's the 2 that we had before. Here it is. Here is the form load, so that we can add, say, hey, we want the menu to say hi Bob, you know, or put their name on top, whatever you want it to do. And then here's the before field change. If there's, say, if in the event you don't want the actual field to change, say, you put up a message box right here that says, if check the value if the message box is greater than 5, throw up a message box saying, we don't want you to do anything more than greater than 5% discount. In some cases you can actually stop the event from happening. And the last one here is the before adapter. These are useful for doing things after updates, before updates. We've used them before for a variety of different things, but these are ways to do it. One thing to do is if you're not quite sure which method or what all the methods are, and make sure, or you're not quite sure what it's called, a way to check it is to uncomment this line right here and then compile a code. Now there are 2 errors in this. I'm going to show you here in a second. If we uncomment it, if we do the test code, it's going to say, whoop, wait a second, we need a semicolon on line 118. There's line 118. Oh, yep, we're in C#. Forgot the semicolon. Let's do it again. Oh, wait a second, there isn't anything called epi message box. Newsflash, the epi message box doesn't work. We have to go back to this straight message box. At this point in time, it will compile and it'll be all good. I'm going to comment this thing out for right now, and we're going to save it, even though nothing's going to happen. But that's the intent of that form event wizard. It's just to put the code in there and put the event handlers in there properly for you. This is also a good way for you to learn how the event handlers are structured so that you can do them by hand later on if you want to. Next on the list is this sheet wizard. Now, one thing that we've done here, let me throw this out of the way, is I have all these on here are sheets. I have put this lunch and learn one on here with some custom fields on here for the demonstration for the next one. But the question becomes is, these are all sheets that I put in here. What if we want to put a sheet somewhere else? What if I want to put it on, oh, here we go. I want to put one down here on the kit details. How do I find, because if you have to actually tell it which one is the parent sheet. So you got to figure that out. If you can't figure it out from the name, what's the best way to figure that out? Best way to figure that out is to click on a field on that form, and you'll notice that on the left here, everything kind of scrolls down to where it is. So if we come back up here a little bit, we clicked on the part number. Here's the part number in the kit. So if we keep going up, here's the sales kit panel, the sales kit panel, and the sheet line panel. It's probably going to be either this one or this one. So let's go up here. We want it to drop right to the right of the list. So if we click on that and we say sales kit panel, because we have sales detail panel, sales kit panel. And let's just call, I'm just going to be a little self-serving here, let's call this. And as soon as I hit this arrow, it should pop up in that spot. Oh, look. And there's the new sheet that we put on there. Now, one thing that CodaBears recommends is that if you're going to customize any of these base forms, you should put all of your customizations on a custom sheet so that future updates don't affect your customizations. So anyway, that's the way that you can add sheets to it. So I'm going to hit save and we'll move on. The last one here is the event wizard. Now, one thing that you have to remember is that this is the event wizard for the fields themselves. This does not work for the fields that are already on there or came directly from Epicor. This only works on custom events that you put on there. You can handle the events from the other fields, but there's some code you have to do in order to grab control of it. So if we hit all, and again, like in the demonstration, we're going to have an issue. So I'm going to exit out of here. Sometimes they get confused after they've been open for a while. So let's grab the order entry. I'm going to grab my customization. There's my customization. Hit OK. So now we get into the customization. There we go. Alright, so now we come down into the wizards. Let's go to the event. We're going to select all. And there we go. Those are all of the custom fields that I put onto the Lunch and Learn, the L&L sheet that I put on there. So now, let's say if we select the button, and then we select which control, the standard one you're going to do is on click, we want it to do something. So if we push that, and that one goes on there, I'm going to grab, let's do the numeric editor, on, what do we want that one to be? Now, what do we want? On enter, we can do on change value, on key down, say on leave. From that we want to enable something else, so if we do on leave, we can put that in here. So I got to update that code, and I'm going to come back up here. As soon as it's done, click on that. We're going to update that code. We go to the script editor now. We're going to see that now we have on leave, here's the button event. So now we can put in our code. Then on click, I want you to sing hallelujah. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter, but that's how the events are put in here. Let me show you. Let's go up to, let's blow that out a little bit bigger. Let's go up to the add initialize. Here is how it initializes the handler for it. And if you scroll down below it, here would be how the handler is removed. You have to add and remove it by hand so that it knows when and what it's supposed to do, and when it's done, you do proper coding techniques and you actually remove it. So, and with that, that is the end of the Lunch and Learn description. Everybody have a good day. Thank you very much.